You don't need God to be rich. Yeah, you heard me right. Like, I'm a Christian. So let me explain. So I'm going to use an analogy, a story, in fact, a Bible story to explain this. And the story is the story of creation. So we learned that God created things and then created man. So, but if you switch a little bit back, before God created man, we learned that God created many things. God created fruits, God created trees, God created animals, created the sea, created many things. Yeah. So before creating man, man was the last thing God created. Now, so let's assume that Adam is in the garden. Adam wants to eat food. So do Adam needs to pray, God, give me food, God, give me food? No, right? So what Adam needs to do is he needs to stand up, go to the tree and pick a fruit and eat, right? So if Adam wants to eat meat, do Adam need to pray, God, give me meat, God, give me meat? No, right? What Adam needs to do is he needs to stand up, go and take an animal, kill and eat. Yeah, though that time God haven't given us the command to eat animals. Yeah, but I'm just explaining something here. So if Adam wants to drink water, Adam don't need to go to God saying, God, give me water. Adam needs to go to the sea or the ocean or river, take water and drink. Go to the tree, take fruits and eat, right? First of all, when I say that you don't need God to be rich, I'm trying to explain that God has already done his part. God has placed the tree in the garden. God has placed the animals in the garden. God has already done his part. The rest is left for you. It is now your turn to stand up, go to the tree, pluck the fruit, and eat it. Yeah. So I'm saying this because I see a lot of Christians. I don't know for the Western side, but this African side that I am in. So I see a lot of Christians praying, God, give me this, God, give me car, God, give me money, give me this, praying that God should give them that. So, but in relation, if you look at it, like it doesn't make sense. God has already placed everything in order. It is left for us humans to do our own part. And this is the reason why even we see people who are not Christian prospering. People who are not Christian prospering, ruling the world, making money more than Christians, living a more comfortable life than Christians. Because God has already placed the thing in nature. It is already there. God has placed it there. So it's left for us to do our own part, to stand up, go to the tree, pick the fruit, and eat. And even if you look at it, Christians who pray that God should make them worthy, God should do this, God should do this. If you look at it very well, it's like asking God to pick the fruit for you and bring it to you. I don't know if you get it. Like telling God, God, give me car, give me wolf, give me this. Is like you telling God that, God, I know you have created the trees, I know you have created it, but I want you to still pluck the fruit for me and bring it to me. And if God does this, it means that God supports laziness because it means that all you just need to do is sit down. God will do everything for you. God will plant the tree, God will water it, do this, and God will plug it for you and then bring it to you. It's like God supporting laziness. That's all you have to do is sit down and God will do everything for you. Yeah, and if you read through the Bible, God does not support laziness. Even Adam, when God created Adam, God placed him in the garden to work. God told him to cultivate, to work in the garden. So God does not support laziness. And yes, it is true that the Bible tells us that we shouldn't worry, that God will take care of everything. But it does not cause for laziness. It does not give us the privilege to be lazy. I made a video about 5 things we can learn from God, and one of those things is that God is not lazy. When you look at the life of Jesus Christ started his ministry at 30 years old. So, but what was he doing for the rest of the 30 years old? He was working. Under the Jewish tradition, the Jewish boy either continues his education at age 10 or takes on the work of his father. So it is assumed that Jesus Christ took on the work of his father, which is carpentry. So for 20 years of his life, Jesus Christ was working. Jesus Christ is not lazy. God is not lazy. And as Christians, God does not expect us to be lazy. So it is true that God said, do not worry, but it doesn't call for us to be lazy. We need to be hard working. And again, yes, it is true that God blesses. Yeah, God to bless. But for God to bless you, He will have to bless you through the works of your hand. God has to bless you through something. Like you can't just sit down on the couch watching Netflix and all of a sudden money will come in your phone and you'll be like, oh, $1 million. Nah, God is not a magician. God will bless you through the works of your hand. Maybe your job. God can give you a promotion. God can make you to get promoted. God can, maybe you own a business. God can do something and more sales will be coming in. So God bless you, but God bless you with the works of your hand. Jesus Christ told us a parable of three servants who were given talent. God gave one five, God gave one three, God gave one one. With that parable, it means that God has given each and every one of us a talent. God has given us something which is in us that we need to use and work. So you don't need God to be rich. Not in the case that God is not involved. God is involved, but is that God has already done his part. The rest is for us humans to do our part, to stand up, go to that tree, pick the fruit, and eat. Yeah, so that's it. And if you are confused, if you are wondering if there's something wrong with Christians being what, being super rich, then I want you to watch this video over here, or you can watch it in the description. Yeah, bye bye.